For years, I've used AlphaBlend for all my drawing. Trouble is, AlphaBlend does not allow for full screen mode. To otherwise get full screen, the only thing I could do is record a video and preview it, which really doesn't all work too well, because you got compression artifacts and stuff like that that kind of distort the quality some, and you get no interaction at all. And then of course there's also still images, absolutely no motion there. So, and thus, I've finally, after 1.5 years, if that's any hint, I finally got the mode of going on SDL so I can get full screen and VSync. That's the only thing I care for out of SDL, is just that. Nothing more. And yet, it was kind of almost a good thing I didn't waited so long for it, because all it's been so far is nothing but frustration. No reward, all hassle and frustration. So, this brings me to my problem here. What's my problem? Well, consider all these HDC, H-bitmaps, and all that other stuff that AlphaBlend requires. Not to mention these big buffers for the array sizes, of course, as I need. So, I've supposedly got all this working, spent 5 hours fighting this program alone just to get SDL accepted and notified and noticed, because otherwise I'd get errors from this, and because it wouldn't recognize what that is, or if I used a function I'd get unresolved external symbols, which really gets frustrating. You even get things set up in here. However, after I get all this, this is where I do all my initializing and stuff. SDL init, you know, that's pretty much standard for SDL because you got to initialize it. And of course, here you got the BackBuffer here I'm referencing. Got the screen buffer in here somewhere. Wonder where that is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, normally I'd be using full screen here instead of the 0, but I'd otherwise have to keep using Alt-Tab just to close the program, which doesn't really work too well. And thus, I otherwise just went with normal view instead of full screen. But that aside, it's this right here that I'm having problems with. What's the problem? Well, it took me a while to figure out where this function exactly was. And, well, this is what AlphaBlend is supposedly drawing into. Except there's a problem. Read violation. Yep, this is what I'm getting. Can't access it, you're only going to get an all-black image, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a game. Because after all, how do you know what's going on when the only thing you see is black? But that aside, 1024 by 768, that's widely supported. 32-bit colors, widely supported. So, I really just don't see what the problem is here. And of course, well, after all this otherwise, this supposedly works okay and there are no errors. But, the real problem, well, let's just run it and see what happens. Okay, there's no error here, right? Otherwise, it looks normal. And then, what's this all about? And this is what my problem is. It occurs right where this is. I can't access that data that AlphaBlend is drawing into, and it's probably also the same very reason why I can't just simply, what is that term? Oh yeah, remember the time where I tried writing for a screenshot function in my game, but all I got was just all black images? Well, that issue is coming back to haunt me with full screen, trying to get that working. You can't access the data, and I have to access it, otherwise you're going to get an all black image. Any ideas what I can do to solve this problem? Don't forget, of course, at the very end, to free all those surfaces and SDL quit. So I've got all those basics, it's just that the only thing I'm missing is, well, how do I access the BackBuffer data that AlphaBlend is drawing into? Solve that, and I'll have full screen. Finally, after 1.5 years, if not 2 years. Seriously, it's been that long. It's because of such low motive.